Well, hey, life groups. I hope you're looking forward to a great conversation about Acts chapter 17. On Sunday, we started by talking about some of the random things that we tend to bond with different people and form friendships over. And tonight, or today, whenever you're meeting, you are going to be bonding together over a shared interest in wanting to know and learn about and follow Jesus. And I'm so excited for the way that is happening around here in so many groups in our community. As we looked at the story of Acts chapter 17, we saw the Apostle Paul going to 3 different cities in Greece. There was Thessalonica, where when he went, he shared the message of Jesus, and there was some level of response and interest. Then Paul went to Berea, where the community was just almost obsessed. They gathered daily to search the scriptures to find out for themselves what Jesus could mean for them. And many, many, many people in Berea became followers of Jesus. And then the story climaxes in the great city of Athens, where Paul goes and actually, after debating a bit in the marketplace with some of the local philosophers, he gets arrested and dragged before their Supreme Court, where he is put on trial for introducing foreign gods by talking about Jesus and the resurrection. As we looked at this story, we saw a couple of things. We saw, first of all, that Paul addresses the idolatry, the idea of worshiping these gods, even unknown gods, and the way that was sort of misguided and taking them away from the kind of relationship that the true God in Jesus, the kind of relationship God wants to have with them. And we reflected a little bit on what some of the gods and idols are in our own culture. I wonder if that would be worth reflecting on as a group, to think about what are some of the ways that we give our devotion and almost religious-like level worship and allegiance to in our culture. But we also saw the way that in these different communities, there were differing levels of investment. You know, in Athens, there was kind of sort of a little bit of debate and banter level, and only a few people were impacted by the message of Jesus. Whereas in the first community, there was some level of interest over a few weeks, and there was some more response. Whereas in Berea, with this community that was so fully devoted to seeking after Jesus, that God just completely transformed their whole community. And we've reflected on what kinds of people are we? You know, are we sort of sporadic, once a week at best, kind of barely interested in anything more than just talking about the ideas of Jesus? Are we a little bit more interested, but maybe haven't quite really become fully devoted followers of Jesus? Or are we like the Bereans, who are really diving in and being fully invested, all in to the kinds of things that Jesus is up to here in our community? That was sort of the invitation of the whole morning, to land in that third place like the Bereans and engage in the kind of relationship with Jesus where we cultivate this daily level of devotion that Jesus referred to in John chapter 15 as abiding in him. And we looked at that passage in our SOAP practice as well. So hopefully you have some reflections on that you can share with each other. But as you gather and as you discuss, don't let this just be some, half-hearted, casual curiosity level debate and banter about ideas. I hope that tonight will reflect a very serious leaning in and deeply pouring yourselves into exploring the life that Jesus has for you. Because I believe that God wants us to experience the most full and fruitful and free, abundant life imaginable as we connect ourselves to the life source of the vine, Jesus himself.